Hey guys, how are we today? I'm so glad to see you all. I'm not going to do the countdown today because StreamYard has switched the music and I don't dig it whatsoever. So we're going to skip out on that today. But how are you guys? I missed you all last week. I had planned to speak about Emily on Saturday since I didn't get to do my regular Monday live, but well, you guys know where I transfer a lot in my wheelchair. Sometimes it hurts your shoulders and then it moves up into your neck, and so I was having some pain with that, and I wanted to be able to give my all today to speak to you guys about Emily. And so I do have one update today, and it is about Miss Belva. Miss Belva Day. Remember, I showed you guys her photos and her posters and things like that. This was her, Miss Belva, 95 years old, and they remember it was on February the 6th that she went to pay her electric bill early in the morning, and then she disappeared, just completely disappeared. They did see her on video paying her electric bill at 9 a.m. And then they saw her very far away, actually, at 5 p.m. that afternoon. But then, hey man, how are you? Good to see you. And so, but she kind of dropped off after that. But a few days ago, I believe that it was on March the 4th, they did find Miss Belva's car down a ravine, and they did find a body inside, but they haven't, obviously, they have to go through the proper steps to verify that it is her. But, you know, so, Nicole says, I was so invested in Belva. She lived only a few hours away. So sad about her update, but I'm thankful her family got answers. Yeah, me too. Me too, Nicole. Um, and it's good to see you, Aaron, and you too, Trista. Um, it. I was wondering about that. If it, I'm having trouble. StreamYard is glitchy too. Yeah, Aaron, I was just saying that the last time I was here, we were trying to spread awareness about Miss Belva. Remember, she's 95 years old and went missing after paying her electric bill. But they did find her car down a ravine. And I was thinking that perhaps, remember her license plate, her husband was in I believe it was the Korean War. Remember, guys? And like Nicole, I believe Nicole was telling me perhaps that she was going to get her military ID renewed or something like that because it was near the base. So that's a very high possibility. But yeah, we can be thankful that her family's going to get some answers now. Miss Elma, so good to see you. I'm so glad too. Um, and guys, I also wanted to mention about um our friend Carol freaking Claus. I know that's upset a lot of you, and me too. And I unfortunately didn't have the pleasure of knowing her personally, but just in the chats and stuff, she was always so kind to me. And I just, if you guys, I hope that I'm not the first person to tell you, but she has passed away. I always loved seeing her. You guys probably seen her as Carol freaking Elvis Babyface McLovin, Papa Claus. I think that was the last name she used, maybe. But it didn't matter if there was 1,000 people in that chat. She greeted each person by name. And I wanted to tell you guys that it might help. Alex left on her community post, she left a place where we can all leave our condolences. And I did see that her brother was looking at that post, and it helped me to read what everybody else was saying, really, you guys. And so I wanted to leave that link with you guys in case you didn't know. Yes, Miss Alma, RIP. Hey, Jen, it's good to see you. Carol freaking hotter than your wife's sexy Elvis claws. Yep, exactly, her. Oh, I know, guys. But you know what Claus would want us to do? She would want us to keep talking about the babies. And we know that we know that she loved Quentin. She kept up with Quentin so much, and she went to the trial dates and everything, and I appreciated her so much for always keeping up with that. And she loved the babies, so that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about for a 14-year-old, you guys. And let me go ahead and pull everything up. Nicole says, I never knew her personally, but she always seemed so passionate when I would see her in chats. Yep, she really, really was. Let me go ahead and pull up about Emily for you guys. 14-year-old Emily Carla Pike. I also want to go ahead and mention that in the description, I left the numbers if you have any information about her disappearance and unfortunately her subsequent horrible death. It is really bad, you guys. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but I do have to go into a little bit. If you have any information whatsoever, I did leave the numbers in my description box to call. And also, I wanted to mention that Nicole here, she has went by Nicole22 in our chats, and Rent Mom too. She used to go by Rent Mom. She has a new Facebook page and a YouTube page, you guys, that is going to be focusing on missing and murdered Indigenous women and children. If you guys see that places, it's called MMIWG, and they haven't done a whole lot on their YouTube yet. They've done shorts, but their Facebook is popping, you guys. And I highly suggest that you whoops, I dropped my own Facebook that time. Sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Go to their Facebook, and it is Stolen Spirits. Yep, MMIWG. And it is popping over there. They're leaving new flyers every day. I hate there is a need for this, you guys, but I am so glad that Nicole and her friends saw the need. And instead of just, they decided to help. And you guys know, like I always say, that we don't have to go viral. We only need the one right person to see. And so that's what they're doing, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, let me share my screen, and we'll start talking about Emily. And her case is from Arizona, you guys. It is, and I also want to mention, sure, Nicole, thank you guys for all you do. Absolutely. Plus, we always share our friends here, always. And that reminds me of another thing, you guys. Nonsense has been doing, she I don't think that it was much after she hit 10K. When you get 10,000 subscribers, you can do a fundraiser, and it's a link, and it won't even let you get super chats that day. The money goes straight to whichever foundation that you choose or charity that you choose. Alex does those a lot on her channel too. But as soon as Nonsense hit 10K, she did one for breast cancer awareness, I believe, at first. And then the second one she did was for Black and Missing. And it was the same time that we were talking about Ashley Elkins. Remember, she went missing, and they searched the the landfill for her and unfortunately didn't find her. But her boyfriend is charged with her murder. But the Black and Missing Foundation, they helped her mama, they helped Ashley's mama um, hand out flyers and stuff on her case. And so, and then this time, Saturday, she did a fundraiser for, it's called Violence Against Native People, NARF. And that is the link to the fundraiser that she did. So you guys can check it out. And then also, this is a direct link to NARF so that you guys, and to my mods, I'm sorry that I didn't add these yet to the Nightbot in our Discord. I didn't have time to do that yet. I thought I would just drop them today, but I will put them in there next time so you guys can have them. Okay, I think that's all that I've got to say about that. Now we can talk about Miss Emily, 14 years old, you guys. And I don't know why that it pixelated like that, but look at that little face, you guys. Oh my goodness. It was Jennifer. She says it was an amazing fundraiser she did on Saturday, and it was so good to hear from Alma and all on panel. It absolutely was. Absolutely. So hey, Nonsense, how are you? I was just telling everybody about your fundraiser on Saturday, and I also shared the link to NARF. That was, and guys, yeah, it also tells on there more cases. Unfortunately, there's so many, you guys, so many. I actually read that Native women are 10 times more likely to get murdered, and the stats are just outrageous. Yeah. So this is little Emily, you guys. She was, and she was a girl of my own heart. Her favorite color was pink, but when she was little, I saw she was also in little purple a lot. Let me show you guys this picture of her in her cute little purple dress and everything sparkly. She loved everything sparkly too. And she was a member of the San Carlos Apache tribe, which is in Arizona. And she loved animals, and she loved art. Her mama said that she loved painting and drawing, and that she also wanted to go to college. That she wanted to go to college for art, or she loved animals so much she also wanted to be a veterinarian. And that's like me too. She could have been both. She absolutely could have been both. And her cousin said that she loved K-pop too. After one of her, I believe it was this vigil this past Saturday, her cousins were talking, and it reminded me so much of me and my cousins growing up too. They had 4 of them that were around the same age, and they said that they would, when I was little, and I tried to find my picture too, you guys. Hi, Kimmy, how are you? It's good to see you. I wanted to show you guys. I tried to find my picture like this. Me and my cousins would, there were 3 of us, and we would get off the bus at my mama's house, and she would have a whole plate full. She would actually cut potatoes apart and deep fry them in this fryer, you guys. And that's what we would eat, French fries like that. And they were so good. Oh my gosh. I don't have anything deep fried these days, but they were the perfect crispiness. But when her cousin was talking about that, it reminded me so much of my cousin. It's so, yeah, it is local to you, Nonsense. The San Carlos Apache tribe, where she is from, was about 2 hours where she went missing from. And Vanessa, you guys, Vanessa did you guys know, with math or directions, I'm challenged, but Vanessa, Nature Rocks, helped me with all of that, so I'll show you guys in a bit. But I wanted to show you one of my favorite pictures of her that reminded me of me and my family, because it just because that the background is Arizona here, it could be me and my family in the holler in Kentucky too. I loved this picture. This was her over here, and I did blur out the faces of the kids, you guys, but I still wanted to show you this on the right. She was 11 here, and on the right, this was her little sister. She had three other siblings, and this is her sister on the right that is 2 years younger than her, so she was 9 in this picture. But this reminded me of me and my cousins and my mama so much that I tried to find that picture of you guys of me and my cousins. It's in a Kentucky holler, but still the same. We have more in common with people than we think, you guys. Trista says that's a beautiful photo with a lot of meaning in it. Yeah, that's what I wanted to show it, guys. Even though it had the kids, guys know I never show the kids. But also, you guys, in this picture, it kind of hit me that she was over here by herself. They were all over here together, and she had a lot going on, I think, and that's why she was away from her tribe was they had better we are going to hear from her roommate too, and her roommate said that there's better mental health care where she was around Mesa. So she went to a you also thought the same thing, Nature Rocks? Yeah, me too. um but she was in a group home near in Mesa, and she had stayed at this group home 2 times. And you guys, the group home, there is a lot going on with these group homes. I didn't know there was such a need for group homes. Like this one couple that I found, they own 20 in the area. Just them, they own 20. And I tried to find the name of her group home specifically, but I couldn't find it to see if it was owned by the same couple. But there was another 2 girls went missing in I believe it was 2023. I'll have to show it to you guys. I did keep the article, and they quote unquote accidentally drowned. Bratty little me, hello, how are you? Welcome. And either way, there's a lot that needs to be looked into and done. At this specific group home that Emily had stayed at twice, there's been 30 missing persons reports in the last 3 years. Nonsense. There's so much going on with group homes here locally. There's huge investigations into some of these that take advantage of tribal members specifically. Oh my goodness. They know where to find the most vulnerable, unfortunately. And it's disgusting. Hey, Music City Mom, how are you? It's good to see you. Yeah, so there's been 30 missing person reports at hers specifically. And I learned that Mesa PD has responded to 5 times that Emily has went missing herself. One time was with another child, and the last time was January 27th. That's when, hey Revival, how are you? Thank you for coming. Thank you all so much for coming. All the cases mean a lot to me, but like I was telling you guys, Emily, I see a lot of myself in her, and her case is unsolved as of the last time I checked. So then we have to talk about, she has stayed twice at this home specifically, and her cousins that I was telling you guys about earlier, her cousins said the last time she spoke to her was a few weeks before she went missing, and she said that she was going to be coming back home, and they had been planning for all of the all of the shopping they were going to do and stuff like that. And she said, we're not a trio anymore. And that just hit my heart, you guys, because like I was telling you, I had two other cousins that I grew up with too, so very close. And I just feel so bad for them, you guys. So now we have to get to the bad part, like we always do. You guys know how I hate. Oh, let me show this picture too of her, you guys. That's one of my favorite pictures. That's the one I put on my thumbnail. I think she looks beautiful here. I did also find a little video of her. Hey, Starlight, good to see you. Well, thank you all for coming. So there was a video where we can kind of see a little bit of her that I found on her mama's Facebook. Her mama is called Steph Docella. That's another thing, you guys. They didn't tell her mama until a week after she had been missing that she was missing. They did say that Mesa PD CNN says that it was either CNN or Associated Press said that Mesa PD usually don't investigate runaways, quote unquote runaways, but that they did share her missing flyer. This is what they shared on their Facebook page 2 days after she went missing. But I couldn't find it on there, so I don't know if it was removed after after they found her or not. But I couldn't see it on there. She was gorgeous, Jennifer, absolutely. Let me show you guys this little video I found on her mama's Facebook page. And another thing, you guys, if they didn't notify her mama until a week after she'd been missing, why didn't they check at her mama's house? She could have been there, you know? They are. City Mom says runaways are vulnerable and important. Absolutely. Absolutely.
To Rhea.
Hi, Rhea. I wanted to say, okay.
Say something to Rhea.
Hi, Rhea. I wanted to say that I miss you so much, and I really hope I'll try to see if you can come visit me next time. I'll keep bugging them about it so that you can come see me, and that I love you so much, even though you might say that's gay, but I still love you. Yeah, she always says that whenever I say I love you. She says, "Ew, gay." She says something like that. But yeah, I love you, and I hope you're doing good. And yeah, just have a good rest of your day. Yeah, I love you, and have a good day.
Cousins joking with each other. Yeah, bless them. Her smile was so beautiful. That's why I was like, when they smile, it just makes you smile too. You know, it seems like she was like that. Yeah. So now we have to talk about. It really was, Jennifer. Really, really was. So now we have to get to the bad part. You guys know I always like to talk about the victims, and I hate when we get to this part, but we have to learn more, and sometimes we have to learn the really bad parts to get angry and to do something, you know. So this is Vanessa made these for me, bless her, because like I said, I'm directionally challenged. I don't know my lefts from my rights sometimes. So this is where she was staying at. She was last seen at North Mesa Drive and East McKellips Road in Mesa. So the last thing that I heard from Starlight says her friend mentioned she thinks she was trying to go home because of where her body was found. Yeah, that's the thing. Vanessa found that the road to try to get to her house was shut down at that time. And I did see it. It's on, I forget the website. I do have it in my notes. But there was she will have to explain it to you guys better in the comments. But I'll show you guys. Hang on just a second and I'll show you guys. Let me go down here and find this other part. To get to her, right here, this is where her remains were found. But to get to her reservation, you would have to turn right at Globe, I think it is. And so, or they would have to do the detour, but they went way past that. So, so, yeah, and then what she found at it was mile 277. Let me show you guys this. Okay, so the Mesa PD, they posted her missing flyer, right? And then, so she went missing on the 27th. They posted her flyer on the 29th. And her remains were found on Valentine's Day, 224. But they didn't mention it to the public. And I don't know when they would have mentioned it to the public, because sometime around the 26th of February 26th, so 12 days after she was found, something was leaked from the Gila County Sheriff's Office, and they said that it was only supposed to be for law enforcement use only. But so then they had to come out and talk to people about it. And it said, this was the 26th from Gila County. Sheriff J. Adam Shepard would like to release the following information regarding the Facebook post that has been in circulation about the remains located off Highway 60 North Mile Post 277 on Forest Service Road 355. On February 14th, 2025, the remains of an unidentified female were found. The Gila County Sheriff's Office, in conjunction with the San Carlos Apache tribal police, began an investigation. Due to the circumstances, it was decided that further information needed to be investigated before any public notification. There was no indication that there was an active threat to the community. Okay, you guys, trigger warning, big trigger warning. When she was found with her torso and her head in one garbage bag and her legs in the other garbage bag. And they still haven't found her arms. And like you guys were saying, she probably attacked fighting back, and that maybe be why her arms were missing. But how was there no indication that there was an active threat to the community? That really got me. And it says, unfortunately, the information on Facebook was intended for only law enforcement agencies and was leaked. GCSO detectives are currently working long hours to make a positive identification and find any information and evidence. And then they leave the numbers, which are also scrolling across the bottom of my screen and also in my description box, you guys. Yeah, Trista, absolutely awful. So if that post hadn't been leaked or whatever, when would they have told people? And so this was the 26th, and this was their post that they made the very next day, the 27th. Sheriff J. Adam Shepard would like to release the following information regarding the Facebook post that has been in circulation. And then it gives the address. On February 14th, 2025, the remains of an unidentified female were found. The Gila County Sheriff's Office, in conjunction with the San Carlos Apache tribal police, began an investigation. On February 27th, the unidentified female has been identified. So the post was leaked. They made that other post the day before, and now she's identified. So I don't know. I don't know about all that, guys. So they identified her one day later, coincidentally, but take that for what you will. But it says, who was reported as a missing runaway juvenile out of the Mesa Police Department. Next of kin has been notified. GCSO is working with several law enforcement agencies to investigate all information and evidence. This is an active homicide investigation. And then it leaves the numbers again. So I didn't see exactly what was leaked, so I can't tell you guys that, but it just all seems weird to me. And this trigger warning, I'm going to show a few places. This is what was, I don't know why this was shown either. And then this was, I wanted to show this really because this is where they say that she was found. And this is this is the mile marker. Vanessa found this for me too, that she was found. And this is This is the service road they were talking about. And once you turn off Highway 60 and go into the service road, it is there is a lot of houses up in here. A ranch, Vanessa told me. So they want the last post that I seen was uh they were asking for surveillance footage. They said there's no surveillance footage up here, obviously, but they were asking for surveillance footage from where she was taken. But let's listen to see what let's start here and listen to what the foster advocate says. And I'll share it with you guys so that you can, if you want to listen further into the, if you want to listen further later, you can. Oh, wow, Van. Yeah, you guys, Vanessa knows a lot more about exactly where she was found than I do. Yeah.
I miss you so much, and I really hope I'll try to see if he can come visit me next time.
This is a video of 14-year-old Emily Pike. Her family remembers her kindness and love of art. The San Carlos Apache tribe teen was brutally killed and dismembered. Her torso, head, and legs left in trash bags in the woods off Highway 60 in Gila County. Right now, detectives don't know what happened or who is responsible.
I can only imagine that the fact that her hands and arms haven't been found is because she was beating up and hurting her attacker.
Anika Robinson is a foster care advocate and says her nonprofit started serving Emily in 2023. She was living in a Mesa group home at the time she disappeared.
I think all of us were shocked that.
I feel sorry for Anika too, you guys. She was also in the video about the two girls that were found missing from a group home who were found, quote unquote, accidentally drowned. So she is trying really hard, and there is a House bill that she was trying to get through. I think it did go through that. I'll show that to you guys in just a few. But there's still many changes that need to happen. Absolutely.
That was her demise. And I know that her staff and the girls in her home are suffering greatly because of it.
Police say Emily's remains were found on Valentine's Day, about 100 miles away from where she was last seen alive, near Mesa Drive and McKellips Road. Her group home manager reported her missing on January 27th, and exactly 1 month later, on February 27th, the Gila County Sheriff's Office confirmed the remains dumped on the side of the road were hers.
Somebody had to have seen something, right? Someone had to have seen her face, had to have seen her yelling, had to have observed something or taken part of this, or they know someone who did. And I would ask them to please reach out to police.
Mesa police say Emily had a history of running away, and what happened in the weeks after she vanished are a mystery as police continue.
I'll show you guys in just a few minutes. Her roommate actually said that this time when she left, she had been taking guitar lessons recently, and that she had met a fellow that she liked, and she was leaving to see him. They said that there was a church there conducting activities with the other residents, and that they believe that she snuck out the back door or a window when this was going on. I'll play that for you guys next.
Continue to investigate her murder.
I think for any child who has been placed outside of their home and wishes to return home, we see this so often where they are fleeing, right? They are leaving. They want some sense of independence. Her family loves her, her extended family loves her, and we want closure.
Tomorrow morning at 9, foster care advocates will wrap yellow ribbons around street poles near Mesa Drive and McKellips Road. That's where Emily was last seen alive. The ribbons are intended to symbolize the community's love and support as the push for answers in her case continues. Live in studio, Michaela Marshall for Arizona's.
Okay, let me, I was missing for a minute. Sorry guys, I'm back now. Let me find, oh, I have what her mama was saying. Her mama did a phone call interview right after she was notified that that was her baby. So she wasn't notified for her a week that she was missing. And yeah, now we've got kitties too, Jen. Yeah. She wasn't notified for a week after when she went missing, and then apparently she was just notified. I don't know if it was after the first Facebook post was leaked. I think it was. I have it in my notes somewhere when they told her mama, but I think it was the same day that that Facebook post was leaked. So let me let you guys. So, and then I also have what her mama said too. Her mama did an interview too. So I think we have a. Of course, we'll have a commercial first here.
How to make sticker with Sticker app is easy. First, make design. Then go to sticker.
Up at 5, we now know the identity of a teenage girl whose remains were found off the US 60 northeast of Globe.
The girl's family tells us she went missing from a group home in Mesa at the end of January. Now they're trying to help detectives find her killer. True crime correspondent Brianna Whitney's here tonight. You spoke with her mother today. Boy, that's a tough conversation to have.
It was maybe even worse than usual just because of how grotesque this crime is. It is horrible. The teenager's name is Emily Pike, 14 years old. Her mother told me she got the news just yesterday. She wants to know what happened between the time.
And I am sorry, guys, that we have to go over the very bad stuff. It is graphic and grotesque. But this is what she went through, so we do have to learn and hear about it. But if you need to step away, if it's bothering you, I absolutely understand, and we'll see you on the next one. Yeah, it really, really does, Kimmy. I don't have children, but my niece, she's 25 now, and hey, I am Skippy. How are you? And we still worry about her. So, and we worried about her growing up too, but at least we could track her by her cell phone. But even that's not enough these days.
Time Emily disappeared at the end of January and Valentine's Day when her remains were discovered in trash bags on the side of a dirt road.
I wanted to say that I miss you so much, and I really hope I'll try to see if he can come visit me next time.
Young teenage innocence. It's everything 14-year-old Emily Pike embodied to her family and friends.
My daughter, she was a very happy and kind person. She loves painting, she loves art, she loves to draw.
Emily's mother, Steph Dosella, tells me over the phone her daughter was hoping to go to college and pursue her love of art. That all changed in late January.
Her case manager finally came a week later to tell me that she was missing.
Emily's family lives on the San Carlos Apache Indian Reservation and tells me at the time Emily was living in a group home in Mesa. According to the Mesa Police Department, Emily was last seen alive on January 27th near Mesa Drive and McKellips Road, and the group home manager reported her missing. This week, the Gila County Sheriff's Office said they found dismembered remains on February 14th in a wooded area off Highway 60 past Globe. According to detectives, Emily's torso and head were in large contractor trash bags, with her legs in another. They have not been able to find her arms and hands. The autopsy showed she had visible face and head trauma.
Why did it go that far?
Yeah, that was another thing that they said, that she had visible face and head trauma. Look at her, you guys. And that baby picture that in that purple dress that we saw, that was what, only 10 years ago? And then the one with her mama was only 3 years ago. She's still a baby, really. Um, yeah, I don't know, guys. That video just hit your feels.
But she's just an innocent, she was a baby. Pain that I would hope no other mother goes through.
Her mom tells me detectives have relayed to her they're looking at 3 potential suspects, but she's hoping to learn more on that soon. Anyone with information at all is urged to call the Gila County Sheriff's Office, the Bureau of Indian Affairs, or the San Carlos Apache Tribal Police. One thing her mom told me, she was going to turn 15 in May.
And these teens who are at risk in group homes to begin with, there's a lot going on in their lives, but we still don't know what happened, who she went with, and they're really trying to narrow down those final hours.
Yeah, they're going to have to. I think now that they can identify that this was her, these are her.
Oh, guys, also when they told her mama, but it was the only place that I found where they told her mama, they said that they do have 3 suspects, but when somebody, hey, Hippie Chick and Tara da Boom, how are you guys? I know, Hippie Chick, I thought about that too. I hope you're feeling all right. You lurk away. Stay in my bushes all you want to. Ratty Little Me says, I met her aunt and other family members last night in Denver at a vigil for Emily Pike. It was so sad. Oh, well, I'm so very glad that you could represent there. And you guys are going to make a difference. I know. I just feel it. We got to keep trying all we can do. Hey, NorCal Jim and Elizabeth, how are you guys? It's good to see you guys. Oh, yeah, what I was saying, guys, her mama says there's 3 suspects, but when they asked the police directly if they had any persons of interest, he said, we don't have any definite suspects. So how he said that, he didn't say they didn't have any persons of interest. He says we don't have any definite suspects. So that is making me believe that they do have more than we know, which is great, which is absolutely great.
Her remains and pin down the last time she was seen alive. Now it's okay. Did anybody see anything or know anything in that time frame at the end of January? Who was she talking to? Had she met anybody maybe online or on social media? She was 14, young, but a lot of teens have these kind of apps. She ran away. Did she run away? And was there somebody off the 60 that may have picked her up? I don't know. And that's what we need to find out from investigators. But it's a multi-jurisdictional investigation. Now you've got so many people involved, and it could be that one of them requests help from the FBI. It hasn't happened yet.
Is the FBI involved? Not yet.
Not yet. I talked to them.
Guys, the FBI is involved now, so that's great. At first, they said they were not going to be getting involved, but they are. They are involved now, and you guys know when they get involved, they have more resources for technology and stuff like that, so that is a good thing. Bratty Little Me says the family said last night that they were told they have leads, but no specific persons of interest at this time. Yeah, that's what I read too. Yeah.
Them and asked, but it's not uncommon for them to get involved in a major investigation like this when it's from tribal land and with somebody who is part of a tribe.
Gosh, so many questions. Just devastating to hear the
Completely.
details of that. Brianna, thank you.
What's the thing you love about Barbara?
I'm coming back, guys. Well, what happened to my background? Oh my. Am I still here though? I'm still here, but what happened to my background? I don't know. I'm not going to worry with it too much. I don't know. But now let's listen to the hey, Miss Arnold, how are you? It's good to see you. Yeah, guys, Miss Arnold was actually the first one that told me about Emily. She was very upset because she hadn't heard that Emily was missing at all. And she didn't hear until they found her body. And she was upset about that because she's kind of from the area too. So yeah, she was very upset about that. So I said, I'm on it, Miss Arnold. I'm on it, and I'm going to spread the awareness that we can. Absolutely. Okay, now I think it's good if we watch the video from her roommate. because she tells us a little bit more about what she knew about when she went missing. And I'll share that with you guys so you can watch it on your own time if you would like to. I hate that we have to watch commercials on the news site, but on YouTube, that's good that we don't have to. Let me get us back there. I missed my weekly stream last week, you guys, and I missed you too. I was busy last week, and then also there wasn't a case that I had on my heart to share until Miss Arnold told me about Emily. And so then I started working on it right away. Yeah, I got premium, Jim. I absolutely do.
A True Crime Arizona exclusive. We have new insight tonight on what happened inside a group home in Mesa where a 14-year-old girl went missing at the end of January.
Her dismembered remains discovered on a rural forest road 100 miles away. Her former roommate now sharing what happened before her disappearance and why she may have left in the first place. True crime correspondent Brianna Whitney's been on the case from the start. What did you find out?
We learned a lot more about what was kind of going through Emily's head before she left that night, but this is just a horrific case to keep reporting on. Important details, though, nonetheless. This really fills in several missing pieces about what 14-year-old Emily Pike's life was like in the group home and why she ran away in late January. We have learned Emily is not the first or only teen to have run away from that group home.
The tragic story of Emily Pike, seen by millions.
I wanted to say that I miss you so much.
After the 14-year-old's dismembered body was found in eastern Arizona on Valentine's Day. Her remains stuffed into trash bags. But the story hits hardest for those who lived with Emily in the Mesa group home, like her roommate, who we're calling Chelsea to protect her identity.
My relationship with Emily was just like trying to steer her in the right direction because it's hard being in the group home.
Chelsea says she lived at the group home near Mesa Drive in McKellips for 4 years, and that
Guys, and see this Chelsea, that's what she's going by, the roommate. And she said that she lived in this group home for 4 years. 4 years. I just don't understand it. I'm going to have to look into it more. Like, where I'm from in Kentucky, in the holler, there's one group home for all ages of children, and that's the only one that I know of for hours around me. And I know that the population is much larger there and things like that, but it still doesn't seem like that that there should be such a need for so many. And this little girl had lived there 4 years. And remember, Emily, the advocate said that Emily had been in her care since 2023, and she had lived at this group home 2 different times, and Mesa PD had taken 5 missing reports from her, and yeah, like Nature Rock says, she says, with so many family members and tribes, I wonder why so many have to be in homes. Yeah, that's what Vanessa was telling me too, that on the reservation, everybody is considered your family. And Tara Boom, I thought you were speaking of Grizzly, the YouTube lady, and then it hit me, no, you're speaking of Hood Grizzly. She goes by something Hood. Yeah, but I am glad. What I was going to say was that I am glad that Chelsea and Emily had each other in these homes. She said she must be a little bit older, and she was saying she was trying to steer Emily in the right direction. So I am glad that they had each other at least, Elizabeth says, I ran group homes for 15 years and then monitored them until I quit my career. Yeah, you would have been really good at that, I can tell. Yeah. Let's see what else she has to say.
That Emily lived there 2 different times. Emily was from the San Carlos Apache reservation, and Chelsea says she struggled with mental health and there were better resources in the valley. While Chelsea recently moved out, she's in contact with many of the girls still living there. She says Emily left the home in late January because she wanted to visit a boy she met while taking guitar lessons. Chelsea says at the time Emily left, a church group was conducting activities at the group home.
What it looked like was that the church was there, and that served as a distraction of when Emily left. She left because she wanted to go out and see the boy that she liked, and she wanted to talk to him. She either used the back door, she used the window, and she left as everyone was distracted.
Chelsea says Emily had run away before. Police tell us the group home manager reported Emily missing.
My time being there, I've seen many kids run away from this group home.
According to Mesa Police, this group home alone reported 30 children as missing over the past 3 years.
So they said reported 30 children as missing. So how many reports did they get about each child, though? And this is just one group home. Like I said, I'll show you guys in a few minutes that where the two girls that were reported missing from and unfortunately drowned is what they said, accidentally drowned. That group owns it's a couple, a man and a woman, and they own 20 group homes. So, I don't know, guys.
Retired Phoenix Police Missing Persons Detective Stuart Summershoe says this is common, but these cases quickly become high risk.
A lot of our human trafficking and sex trafficking originates from group home kids because they are the most vulnerable victims out there.
Based on where Emily's remains were found off Highway 60 heading northeast, Chelsea believes she was just trying to go home.
I feel like she just ran away and she was trying to hitchhike back to her.
But like I showed you guys on that map, it was past where you turn to go to the reservation, and with all of the road closures that Vanessa found during that time, I'm not so sure. They absolutely knew where they were going, and I don't think they were taking her home.
Her reservation to see her parents, and she just got picked up by the wrong person.
Now, the Gila County Sheriff's Office is the lead on this investigation. I asked them for an update today on the case. They did not respond. There is a vigil planned in Emily's honor for Thursday evening, where she was last seen alive. Nicole, I'll send it back to you.
Well, guys, I got my background back, but it took me. I don't know what's going on, you guys. I am out of practice for a week, but I'm not doing this. I don't know. They absolutely don't, Norkel Jim. They absolutely don't. And that's why I want to drop Nicole's group again. They are posting flyers every single day on their Facebook page, and they're making shorts on their YouTube page. And we would share Nicole anyway because we share each other. But this is an absolutely wonderful cause, and I'm so glad that that she decided to help. And some of the other people were in here too. Brady was in here from her group, and we really appreciate them. So you guys, please join their Facebook page and share what you can. Yes, Tara, that'd be great. Please do share. Oh, you're welcome, Nicole. You're absolutely welcome. I know it feels overwhelming because it feels like, well, I only have this many friends to see my post. But you guys, like I always say, we don't need a lot to see. We just need the one that can break these cases open. Brady, little me, you're welcome. No problem at all. Let me see what else that we've got here. Let me see. They did a vigil where the place she went missing, and then last week also they did a so here's some of the the photos from that, and that one of the police officers, they said, I know people think that we're going to let this go because that's what's been done in the past, unfortunately, but we're absolutely not going to let this go. And I thought this was beautiful, you guys. This was from the most recent thing that they did. And I got this from Alicia Manuel on Facebook. Let's see, honoring the life of Emily Pike. Yeah. I was thankful to see this. So let me show you guys. Trista says, I wonder if she got lured by someone on the inside. Yeah, anything is possible. I'll tell you that. Now I wanted to tell you guys about these other two girls that went missing from a home around Mesa too. It was in March of 23 actually. And I just wanted to share their story too. It has been quote unquote solved. They went missing and it's been ruled an accidental drowning. But I just wanted to share their story too. Let me make sure this is the right one that I wanted to share. Yeah, because this gives us a little more insight about these homes. And it says nearly 2 months after the bodies of two runaways were found in a water retention basin in Mesa, the medical examiner's office last week ruled their deaths accidental. Satali Avalar, 17, and Cameron Myers, 15, both died as a result of drowning in a setting of acute alcohol intoxication, the medical examiner ruled, though Cameron also showed signs of recent marijuana use. Their bodies were found January 21st, several weeks after they ran away from a foster home run by POWER, House Youth Authority. A lawyer for the group homeowners said in a statement that company founders Glenn and Felicia Mayberry and Powerhouse staff considered the two girls' family and are deeply saddened by the news and continue to pray for Miss Myers and Miss Avila. May they rest in peace. Raising and caring for children is probably the most difficult and most rewarding experience a person can go through, the statement said. The loss of a child is another matter altogether, since nothing can bridge the void created by their loss. And it says that they've ran this facility and they own 20. They've run for the past 12 years. Let me see here. It says right now there is nothing to say foul play was a factor. On January 7th at 12:30 p.m., Mesa police initially contacted Holly Melena's group home day staff, who reported the girls had packed backpacks and left without permission. 2 days later, a second Mesa PD officer contacted the group home and spoke with Robin Bryant, identified as program facility supervisor at Powerhouse's website. Bryant said Satali was placed in the group home last December 14th and Cameron 12 days later. So they hadn't even been here, a little over a month. And it says that they had no probation officer, nor did either have a phone or any access to money, but there was some history of using illegal drugs and history of sex trafficking, the police report said. The report also said Cameron had a history of being destructive, violent with peers and staff. It said, according to the police report, Shane Esposito, a state caseworker assigned to Cameron, said Cameron would eventually turn up somewhere in Phoenix when she was ready to come home and would run away to her pimp in the past somewhere in Phoenix. So when these girls showed up missing, that's what he has to say. She'll just eventually turn up somewhere when she's ready to come home and would run away to her pimp in the past somewhere in Phoenix. That concerns me. Those statement concerns me. Oh, Elizabeth, I'm so very sorry. If you need to step away, I totally understand. And we'll be here next time. Nature Rock says many of my native friends say a lot of this violence is within the tribe or it's tribe on tribe crimes. Tribal police need more help to solve these cases. Yeah, yep. I can absolutely see that too. You guys, Nature Rocks is she knows a whole lot about all things Native American. She was a moderator for a big creator on TikTok, and she knows a whole lot about it. Nicole says, if it's known what they are doing when they run away, how is more not being done? I don't get it. And why is the pimp still walking free? Yeah, very good question. But Myers refused to provide any details related to the pimp, according to the report. Well, if that's where it's thought she was, why didn't he? No, okay. So that was the state worker, but so she wouldn't provide any more report. She wouldn't provide any more details related to the pimp. Well, I'm sure that they could look at her electronics and find more about him. On January 11th, after multiple calls to the State Department of Child Services caseworkers, a Mesa officer made contact with caseworker Marcia Garrett about Satali. Garrett said the girl had a sex trafficking history but was unsure for how long, and that she had a history of abusing multiple drugs and would run away to an address in Gilbert. Well, I wonder if they even checked that address, or if who lived at that address. I just don't think that they even really try, you guys. On January 18th, an officer spoke with an aunt, Rachel Coker, who said she had not heard from Satali and suggested she would try to contact an older brother. The brother later told another girl at the group home said Cameron was still in the sex trafficking world and was possibly recruiting Satali, and there was talk about her going to Mexico. Okay, so bless this one little girl, you guys. Bless her heart. And we do know that victims of sex trafficking, they do try to recruit others. So this is, if they put her in this home, there was so many other vulnerable girls there. Oh my goodness, you guys. I missed this part earlier. That it said that she would recruit others. The brother said he had attempted to contact his sister on 5 different Instagram accounts, and that he also spoke with a close friend of his sister whom officers contacted via text. That friend said Tatali had wanted to go to Phoenix because she had old friends there. The 2 teens were found January 21st in the retention basin near 5834 East Southern Avenue, less than a mile from the group home they had fled. They were discovered as the legislature began considering HB 2651, which directs DCS to take more action to locate missing, abducted, or runaway children, and provides for legislative oversights of those efforts. Nicole, remember that's that House bill that I sent you. This is where I heard about it from. And let's go. I have so I just wanted to read this to you guys because it just shows 2 other cases out of Mesa. Just what happened to 2 other girls at a group home. So how many have we not heard about? You know? Let me show you guys. I have another something here. And it tells us a little bit more. Let me see here. Let me show you. Let me play this video for you guys, and I'll be looking for it while we. It looks like I have my stuff together, you guys. I put everything in this app that. Oh, look, you guys, they are doing this on the. He is a tattoo artist on the reservation, and they did this to the water tower, and I thought that was really beautiful. And they are letting people, if you live near there, they are letting you put your handprints on there. So I thought that that was really cool and a beautiful tribute. Let me go ahead and play this for you guys. This is about a proposed bill. And in some states, you guys, I don't know, I know they don't have it in Arizona, but in some states, they have like a red alert. So instead of a amber alert or things like that, they have different alerts for missing indigenous people. So that's what they're trying to get done in Arizona now. I think they said there's 3 other states that have this so far. I'll share this with you guys. So you can watch it later if you'd like to.
I'm Josh Lucianto here in Phoenix, where a new House bill aims to create an Amber Alert style system for missing Indigenous people. Most of us might be familiar with the Amber Alerts you get on your phone, and that blaring tone we can't replay on air. The Amber Alert system started in 1996 as a powerful tool to locate missing or kidnapped children. Now, a new House bill in Arizona aims to expand that system to missing Indigenous people.
Oh, I think it's going to be a systematic change and a systematic impact to help.
State Representative Brian Garcia is one of the co-sponsors of HB 2281. He's pushing for this new law over the fact that Indigenous people go missing in disproportionate numbers. According to 2016 data from the Urban Indian Health Institute, Native American women living on reservations face a murder rate 10 times higher than the national average. Murder is the 3rd leading cause of death for Native women. The Emily Pike case bringing renewed attention to that issue.
We don't have the appropriate data, the jurisdiction, and the resources to address when Indigenous people go missing.
A lot of people's like, well, it's a little bill, you know, it's a digital. Is that really going to help? It's not going to hurt. That's for sure.
At a rally last week in Mesa for Emily Pike, Gila River Indian Community Governor Stephen Lewis, who's been pushing for this bill, telling us it's long overdue.
Hope that this is a wake-up call to all law enforcement in Arizona.
Do you guys think that it'll help? I think it'll help. And like this lady says, it definitely couldn't hurt, you know? NorCal Jim says 10 times the rate. That is not acceptable. Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. Elizabeth Lander says she shared. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, you guys. And like I always say, share my information that you find on here. You don't even have to share my channel, but just share the information if you can.
In Arizona, to the state legislature to hopefully pass this red feather MMIP alert.
The House already passed HB 2281 in a unanimous vote. A Senate committee will consider the bill this week. Their green light pushes it to the Senate floor for a full vote, then potentially to the governor's desk. For Dana Dosla, who organized a run for Emily over the weekend, it'll mean a better shot at change.
I don't think she should be forgotten. I don't think her family should feel like no one cares.
Josh Cristianto, ABC 15, Arizona.
MMIP.
Okay, let me find this one last thing that I wanted to share with you guys. Do you guys know if if you have that in your state? I live in Kentucky and I'm pretty sure that they don't, but I think, does anybody know? I believe North Carolina has something like that. Let me see here. Oh, you guys, there is a, let me see if I can find this one last video that I wanted to show you guys. It is he's from the, it's an ex-FBI agent, but he says that this could be, this killer, it might not even be his first crime. How scary is that? And if it's not his first crime, it's definitely not going to be his last. Oh, you're welcome, Emma. Thank you so much for coming by. It's definitely not going to be his last. So we need to get this guy caught for Emily to have justice, but also so that nobody else gets hurt. You know, absolutely not. And like I said, you guys, the numbers to call are in my description, and also at the bottom of my screen. If you have any information whatsoever, I would really appreciate it. This is the last video that I wanted to show you guys. I didn't get you guys. I was trying to play it before I come back and got you guys. I can't leave you guys. What am I thinking?
Is the lead agency on this case. But they tell me there are now leads that have been developed, and it's those leads that the FBI is now assisting with.
New tonight, the FBI, part of the investigative team in the Emily Pike murder case, as several agencies work to uncover and arrest the person who.
Bratty Little Me says, Mo, when I started Stolen Spirits, Nicole has been there since day one. I could not do this without her. She is amazing. She is absolutely amazing. I bragged on her the other day. She's probably the third friend that I ever made on YouTube. It was my friend Case, and then Aaron, and then I believe Nicole. And I absolutely adore her and her baby. And her dog too. So I just love all of them. Yes, she is. M. Barbosa says, but it's going to take platforms like this and others bringing continuous awareness and information to the public in each and every place where we see a need. You are so right. That is absolutely right. And it is disheartening, you guys, when I see other channels that cover the same case day in and day out, and it's a wasted platform, and they could be sharing so many stories, and it is disheartening, but we keep doing what we're doing, and we are adding good and doing the best we can, and that's all we can do. Absolutely.
Who killed and dismembered a young and innocent teenager.
The possibility that this is somebody who enjoys doing this type of thing is a horrible possibility.
Jim Eggleston is a retired FBI special agent and has insight into what detectives are likely working on now and why the FBI would get involved. Police say it was back on January 27th when 14-year-old Emily Pike ran away from her group home in Mesa. On February 14th, her remains were discovered off Highway 60 north of Globe, dismembered and in trash bags, with her hands and arms missing. Somebody who committed this kind of murder, do we believe this was their first time killing?
Probably not, I would say, and they probably are older. Just the fact that they'd have to have the means to get out there, some form of transportation.
Eggleston says when it comes to leads, the FBI is likely starting with technology.
Cellular analysis.
Guys, that's a good point that he said that I didn't think of. He said that they're probably older because they would have a need of getting it out there. And that makes total sense. He couldn't be like a teenager like her. He had to be a little bit older. I didn't think about that earlier.
Or analysis, looking not only at her devices, but what cell phones might have been in the area where she was found and in the area where she went missing. Is there something in common there that could identify a single person?
They'll also be looking for clues from behavior or personality traits of the killer, especially at the crime scene. Did the killer leave behind a signature or something that would have meant something to them? Is there a reason they took Emily's hands and arms?
She may have fought back. She may have scratched the person or people who attacked her, and therefore their DNA.
No, Astro, unfortunately not. They a trigger warning, you guys. This whole show has been a trigger warning, but it's the reality. Like Nonsense is Live was called the other day. It is reality of the world that we live in. And like the article that I shared with you guys, that is what these group homes, what their children in these group homes are going through. Something else needs to be done, and especially if the victims are recruiting other victims in places like this. Oh, I'm sorry, Jen. It's okay. We got it. Yeah, Astro, unfortunately they found her torso and her head in one bag and her legs in the other bag, but they haven't found her arms yet. No, unfortunately not.
DNA might be under her fingernails, and they were possibly aware of that and trying to prevent that from being discovered. A sexual sadist would commit those types of crimes either because of the pleasure they derive from it, or again, to try to cover up what they've done.
Eggleston says they also must look at Emily's activity in the days before she disappeared. While he isn't sure if this was committed by someone Emily knew or by someone she came in contact with after she ran away, he suspects a similar scenario played out either way.
I think she'd be, unfortunately, too willing to trust the wrong person in the wrong circumstances and probably got taken advantage of it in that way.
Eggleston says the medical examiner's report will be key in this case and could provide how she was killed before her body was dismembered and potentially by what weapon. The Gila County Sheriff's Office tells me while they are working on the leads, they can't go into detail about them as it would jeopardize the investigation.
And it seems like a complicated investigation because Emily was living in Mesa, her body found so many miles away near Globe. How many agencies are involved with this?
And she's from the San Carlos Apache Indian Reservation, right? So we know there's at least 5 agencies so far, just of the ones we know. They also said there were a couple other agencies assisting in parts of the case as well, which is good and bad, right? There's a lot of focus, a lot of attention on this, but that's hard when you're disseminating information and to get everything to the right place. So Eggleston was saying when it comes to an investigation like this, where there are so many agencies and jurisdictions, they have to establish a chain of command to make sure all of the information gets back to the Gila County Sheriff's Office at the end of the day, because they are the lead agency that's on this case. So interesting.
And last we heard, Mom said they were working 3 active leads.
That's what she was told several days ago. I think it was last Friday when I talked to her. She said she was told that there were 3 potential suspects, 3 leads, 3 developments. We don't know if those are the same that are being mentioned right now or what those are, but that's at least the latest that we had from the family and now the investigating agency.
We know you'll stay on top of it, Brianna. Thank you.
Yep, guys. So at the end of that, they did say also that, Tara, I just dropped it for you. Yes, everybody, please subscribe to Stolen Spirits. That is their YouTube channel, and then this is their Facebook, and they post flyers every single day. You're welcome. I have to tell you guys this too. I just thought about this. The first case that I spoke about, I didn't even stream to my own channel. It was a dual stream that I did with my friend Case. And we spoke about this little boy, Cairo Jordan. He was 5 years old and he was found in a suitcase, in garbage bags inside a suitcase. And the first time I spoke about him, he was unidentified and they called him Angel. And then the second stream that I did was actually when they identified him. And one way that they, a long time ago. And so, because that's what got me out of my shell, and so that I would come up and speak, because I wanted to share awareness for him. And then the second stream that I did like that, it was when they identified him. And what led back to the suspects ultimately, well, it was his mom and her friend. So they, but how would they would have had to go through ancestry, DNA, and stuff like that. But what led them more quickly back was they found fingerprints on the garbage bags, and they both had been in trouble before. So that led back to them. So hopefully in this case that could also be something that they, and I'm sure they're checking it out, that there could be, Alma says, "Oh, little Cairo, that baby broke my heart." Mine too, Miss Alma. And The friend, she got 35 years, I think, and the mom, she still hasn't had her day in court. She had been running and they found her in California a long time later. But she hasn't been deemed ready mentally for court yet. I believe that was the last time I checked. That's been a while ago though. Yeah, she absolutely is evil. That's in Trista's area. Yeah. Nonsense, says Mo, off topic, but have you followed any of the case of Mercedes Vega? One arrest was made in December, but more suspects are out there. It's a horrific story too from here in Tempe. Is it called Tempe, guys? I'm sorry. No, I haven't. I haven't heard of her. Was she the one that you played on your stream Saturday where it was her aunt, I believe? I meant to look into that. Let me write that down and I'll look into that too. Mercedes Vega. No, I haven't. But if there's anything that we can bring awareness to, we absolutely will try our best. We're small here, but our hearts are huge. Oh, okay. LMA gave but another intense story. There's too many. There's absolutely too many. So the last thing, guys, that the police said was a few days ago, and this is what a ABC reporter in the area. This is what she said that the police the last update was. Here is this response for our request for an update from the Gila County Sheriff's Office. We are working closely with the San Carlos Apache Tribal Police Department, Mesa Police Department, Bureau of Indian Affairs, FBI, and other law enforcement agencies in an attempt to generate more leads. We have put some things in place in an attempt to generate more leads, but I am not at liberty to discuss specifics right now due to the ongoing investigation. We do not have any suspects or persons of interest at this moment. Well, remember I told you guys, and that lady in that last news story, she said that they told her mama that they did. So I hope that they do, and they're just waiting for them to mess up, you know. We have been asking if anyone in the public has any information, be it ever so seemingly insignificant to them, to please come forward and let us know. The items you mentioned, such as ring video, would be helpful if they have anything they believe maybe a video of Emily passing by after January 26th. The same would go for any potential sightings. Thank you for your continued coverage of this investigation. You guys, I just noticed she was reported missing on January 27th. So he's saying here of Emily passing by after January 26th. So that's something to think of too. So you guys, if you have any information, the numbers are in my description, and please pray for her family and that this perpetrator or perpetrators is caught ASAP so they can't hurt anybody else. I do want to tell you guys about a good story now. You guys know that I don't like to leave you. I like to leave us with something good. There was also a 14-year-old girl who was Twyla Tarvin, and she walked away, and she was missing for 2 days and 2 nights in Spanish Fort, Alabama back in August. And I want to, Bratty Little Me says, if you see something, say something. Absolutely. Absolutely. And in honor of our Carol freaking Claus, absolutely, if you see something, freaking absolutely say something. Absolutely. So she, hey, grateful middle-aged cat mama, good to see you. Please do, and share where you can. help us pray too that Emily gets justice and nobody else gets hurt. So let me tell you guys about Twyla. Yep, it was in Spanish Fort, Alabama back in August, and she was missing for 2 whole days and 2 whole nights. And she was found. And actually, you guys, I don't know if it is the same, what do they call it? Guys, what was that group that helped look in Sebastian's case, but they ended up leaving? I can't think of their name right now. Oh, okay. Nicole says, gotta go get B home for therapy. I'll be listening. Mo, thank you again for covering this, and thank you for sharing, and everyone who joins. Thank you. Well, you're absolutely welcome. And you love on that baby for us all. What was that? Cajun Navy. They came out and they helped Twyla's mama look for her, and they had so many searchers out there and flyers and stuff, and they said that the search dog kept going around this building, and finally her mama got EquiSearch. No, Alma, not EquiSearch. I know who you're thinking of, though. They are a great resource too, but it was the Cajun Navy actually. And her mama said that the search dogs kept going around this one building, kept circling back. So she actually got under the building and looked. And let me show you guys where they found her at. It was underneath this little building here. That's where she was hiding at. And so they don't know if she had walked away and gotten lost or what exactly happened. But and there was a big thunderstorm in the area too. So let me show you guys the video that I have of her. It's a really good one. Let me see here. I think this might be it. She says, "Thank you, Jesus." It says 2 days and 2 nights of searching, combing thick woods with few clues, and just when some were starting to lose hope, their prayers were answered. Thank you, Jesus, says Stephanie Sellers as she shares the news of her daughter, Twyla Tarvin, has been found safe and apparently unharmed. We are just grateful to God because I know only God did this. So let's watch this video. Oh, I don't think I'm sharing with you guys. I'll get it together right here before we end. I'll get it. Okay.
She is safe. The 14-year-old reported missing in Spanish Fort was found just a couple of hours ago under a shed. Until today, Twyla
We're buffering.
Twyla Tarvin had not been seen at her home on Busby Road since Saturday. WKRG News 5's Debbie Williams was there for the emotional reunion.
2 days and 2 nights of searching, this family going through it through the whole weekend. And today, things were starting to look grim. And then prayers were answered. Just before 2 o'clock this afternoon, Twyla Tarvin walked out of the woods at the end of Huckleberry Lane and into an ambulance. She was found under a shed off private property. She'd been missing since Saturday afternoon. More than 100 volunteers searching for the teenager for 2 days. Her mom, Stephanie Sellers, says it was an answer to many prayers.
The dogs never left the shed. They kept circling the shed. And now we know why. Because she said she crawled under the shed. And that's where she's been at. We're just grateful to God because I know only God did this.
The teenager was taken to be checked out at a local hospital, but all indications are she will be just fine. It's the happy ending that a whole community was hoping for. On the Baldwin County beat in Spanish Fort, Debbie Williams, WKRG
I haven't found any updates about that one, but we don't need any updates. As long as she was found and hopefully getting help that she needs now, that's all that we need to know. Thank you all so much for coming and joining me today and listening about Emily's story. And like everybody is saying, if you see something, say something. The numbers are in my description. If you watch this on replay, the numbers are in my description. And I'll also I forgot to leave the links earlier to Stolen Spirits Facebook page, but I absolutely will. So, because they leave flyers we all can share, and we need to do better about that. Nature Rock says, everyone please be aware of your weather this week. Severe storms, high tornado potential associated with them. Some will see several feet of snow instead of severe storms. Oh, yes, guys, please be careful. Vanessa is my local meteorologist, and she does so good. She contacts me and helps me stay in my safe place. I'll never forget her. I'll forgive her. She didn't do nothing to me, but I'll never forget her doing that for me. She's wonderful. Oh, guys, let me drop Vanessa's channel too. She does, she helped me with this case wonderfully with the mapping and stuff like that. But she usually does nature videos on her channel and posts the most beautiful pictures. And so please join her too. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, guys. And if you're welcome. And if you guys have anything else that you need me that we could bring awareness to, please don't hesitate to reach out and email me. Hey, Sunday Doodles, it's so good to see you. You're welcome, guys. And if you want to join my Discord, please email me for that too. We have a lot of stuff in there. Trista posts a daily devotion for us, and it's a great place. So just email me about that too. Okay, guys. NorCal Jim says, I always appreciate your lives, Mo. Great group of people here. Thank you so much, Jim. We enjoy having you too. We appreciate you. Yes, I have the greatest people. You're welcome, Miss Alma. I hope you come back and see us. Okay, I love you all, and don't forget to take your vitamins. We're almost out where we don't have to take so much vitamin D. We can get outside. Spring is coming, but contact your doctor before you take any vitamins. You know how that goes, and don't forget to say your prayers too. Okay, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.